So I'm just arriving at the Laavu, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It would be better if the sun would be out, but hey, it's the Nordic weather, so what can I do? Let's see how easily this starts. It's a bit windy still, but it might be a bit difficult again. Welcome to the Nordic Camper YouTube channel. In the Nordics we have this thing called everyman's rights. And it actually came as a shock to me that not all countries have everyman's rights. So what are everyman's rights? The first right that is included in everyman's rights is the right to move around in the nature freely. That means that you can roam the nature freely in the Nordics, even though some of the forests and the lands are privately owned. So you don't actually have to worry about asking anyone for permission. You can just roam in the nature. Of course, there are a few exceptions. I can put the exceptions on the screen, but basically, to sum them up, it just means that don't be rude and respect others' property. The everyman's rights also include that you can pick berries, go fishing or ice fishing. And there was actually a famous law case in the beginning of the 19th century and in the court of law where a woman was picking up berries from another man's property. But in the court of law, the man who accused the woman actually lost the case. So in the Nordics, it's a-okay to pick mushrooms, berries and go fishing on other people's property. Let's make a small pancake. And while I'm doing the pancake, I'm gonna warm up my toes. The first mini pancake is never the best, but the next ones will be better. Let's get a good chunk of butter there. You can also set up a tent and you can sleep pretty much anywhere here in the Nordics. With, of course, a few exceptions, like you can't go to your neighbor's backyard and set up a tent there. Like, have some common sense. The goal of this YouTube channel is to take full advantage of all man's rights and explore all of the Nordics to the fullest capacity. And hopefully I'm able to improve my cooking skills at the same time. Cause these pancakes are not coming out as I imagined them. But let me keep practicing. It's a bit small and it doesn't look like a pancake, but I bet it will taste just fine. I really enjoyed watching the Outdoor Guys YouTube channel and I got inspired by them. But the difference between me and him is that I have zero experience and I know nothing about camping. My girlfriend is pregnant and we're expecting a boy. And I would like to teach all the skills that I'm going to be learning in these coming years to him as well. The only knowledge of surviving outdoors I have is from the military, since here in Finland, service in the military is mandatory. So to be completely honest with you, I have slept a couple of nights in my life in a tent, but I've never actually done it alone. And I've also never been a huge fan of fishing, but I think I'll give it another shot this year. As a Finnish guy, I'm also a huge fan of coffee, as all of the Finns are. We actually drink the most coffee per capita in the world. That's why I'm gonna be learning today how to make coffee on a campfire. So the only logical starting point would be to boil some water. But before I can start to boil my water, I have to unfreeze it. Let's try to boil some water. I think I should still use a bit more butter, but I think it's a small improvement. I'm not quite sure how this works. I'm gonna prep and put a coffee filter here. Then I'm gonna put some coffee in the filter and then I'm gonna try pouring some water on top of it and let's see what happens. Here I've got some coffee with me. It's a bit windy, but hopefully all of my coffee goes in there. Yes. The water is not boiling yet, so we'll have to wait for that. But in the meantime, we can see how the pancakes shaped out. It's a lot better than the first time, I would say. So I would actually love to learn fishing, camping, and all of the outdoor activities. And after I've learned them, I would like to teach them to my son. It's really good. Oh yeah, the water is steaming. So here I've got my coffee. Now I'm going to be pouring the steaming water. Let's pour some more. And here is the secret recipe for the pancakes. You should prepare this at home and then you just put it on the pan. It seems like my coffee is ready. It's actually pretty good. Coffee by the campfire, I will give it like a 4 out of 5. The weather conditions are not optimal for this. I'm not sure, can you see it through the camera, but it's actually snowing sideways and sometimes the snow is maybe even going a bit upwards. But we have a saying in Finland, the weather is only a matter of what you put on. So basically it means that if someone's complaining about the weather, it just means that they have the wrong gear on. It's looking pretty good. Still a bit raw though. So I guess this is the best way to make the dishes. And pretty clean. So if you're interested in watching a complete newbie trying to get good at surviving in the wilderness of the Nordics, subscribe to the YouTube channel and you're going to start seeing camping videos in the wilderness of the Nordics pretty soon. I just bought a new tent in which I'm going to be sleeping night, and I actually did a couple of test rounds to see if I can actually set it up. And last time I was successful with setting up the tent. Now I'm just waiting for my heater to arrive so I can test it out for real. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next video.